This video is sponsored by DraftKings. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We got UFC 319 going down this Saturday. There's a ton of really good fighters on the undercard, but we're going to be talking about and breaking down the main card, baby. Let's get into the video.
What up, everybody? What's up, everybody?
Fight fans, UFC 319 is almost here and is shaping up to be an absolute banger. With high-stake matchups and major title implications, every moment in the octagon matters. There's no better way to feel the intensity than with my partners at DraftKings Sportsbook. Right now, new customers who bet just $5 get $200 in bonus bets instantly, no matter who you're backing at UFC 319. This is your shot to get in on the action. UFC 319 is going to be awesome. On the main card, we got some great strikers. We got Michael Venom Page versus Jared Cananer. We got Jeff Neal versus Carlos Prates. Let's not forget about the grapplers, baby. We got the champ Dricus Du Plessis versus Khamzat Chimaev. It is going to be awesome. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today. Use my promo code Wonderboy when signing up. Stay in on the action and use your $200 in bonus bets on DraftKings same game parlays for a shot at an even bigger payout. Combine multiple bets together from the same fight. Love the thrill of live betting? DraftKings has got you covered. Bet live on in-progress fights right as they happen, making watching the matches that much more exciting. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry, you can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Pick 6 and have the shot to win cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers, use my promo code Wonderboy and bet just $5 on any wager and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code Wonderboy, only at DraftKings Sportsbook. This Saturday, man, UFC 319, looking forward to this fight card because let me tell you, there are some awesome fights, not just on the main card, but on the undercard as well. We got my man, Brian Battle. We got the man, the myth, the legend, Edson Barbosa. We got the young gun in it, Chase Hooper, baby, which I've done some training with. We got Jessica Andrade, and we got King Green in the house, and that's just the undercard. Well, first up on the main card, we got my man, Tim Elliot versus Kai Asakura. Asakura? I don't know how to pronounce it, guys. I'm terrible with names. I'm sorry. But let's talk about my man, Tim Elliot. This dude has been in the UFC since 2012, when I started, but of May of 2012, so started a little bit early. But my man is 38 years old. He's a veteran of the game and has literally fought the who's who of the flyweight division. This guy's got 3 wins by knockout, 7 wins by submission, and 6 first round finishes. Bro, this guy's got over 20 fights in the UFC and has fought some of the best guys in this division. Ridiculous, dude. He's fought Dawson. He's fought Mighty Mouse, Benavidez, Figueiredo, who's a tough cat as well. And he's got some win streaks. He's got some losses. The guy's been in the game for a very long time. It was cool because I was watching a lot of his fights. He fought when the UFC didn't have any sponsorships. Like, you could wear your own shorts. You could have your own sponsors. When we came out back in the day, which is so dope, bro. I used to love this. And you would put your fight poster over the thing and you just showed your sponsors. That was so freaking cool. The hard part was, though, sometimes your sponsors wouldn't pay up and you had to go chase them down. You'd have to show up at their house at 6 a.m. in the morning with a baseball bat and like 7 dudes be like, oh, bro, where's my money? I'm just kidding. I never did that. But seriously, though, I think some people have. But my dude, Tim Elliott, has been in the game for a long time. And he's a great fighter, man. The guy fights both sides. He's got amazing head movement. He's got good wrestling. His chain wrestling is ridiculous, man. But he does take some shots. And if he does get hurt, he relies on his wrestling and his jiu-jitsu to get the job done. Now, with striking, I mean, kind of a striker, doesn't really close the gap too well, throws a lot of flurries, but not a whole lot of power behind it. This type of a fighter just puts everything together very well, right? He uses his striking to set up his wrestling, uses his wrestling to set up his striking, and he's just very well-rounded. He's not really amazing at anything. And he's fighting a tough cat, man. Kai has been in the game as well for a very long time. He comes from Risen. Is it Risen or is it Risen? Type in the comments down below what this is actually called. I think it's Risen. But my man is ranked number 15th in the UFC, and the dude's only had 1 fight in the UFC. He fought my man Pantoja, the champ, goes straight from Risen. I think he's Risen champ, straight over to the UFC, fights Pantoja, ends up losing And I mean, it's a good scrap. Now, he's an amazing fighter. I mean, this guy's got 13 wins by knockout, 3 wins by submission, and 12 first round finishes. The guy's 31 years old and is, let me tell you, blistering fast. Very, very similar styles. They put everything together. It's not like you got a striker versus a wrestler or a jiu-jitsu guy versus a wrestler. These guys come from the same mold. But one guy I do believe is way more explosive, and that goes over to my man Kai. Now, he's coming from Risen. He's got a lot of experience there. He's fought some really tough guys over there as well. But I do believe I'm leaning towards my man Kai. I love the veterans of the UFC. I love my man Tim Elliot. But if I'm talking about who's I think is going to win this fight, it's going to be my man Kai. I mean, he's got great wrestling, good jiu-jitsu, but he's just got a little bit more power behind his strikes. I think he's more explosive with his wrestling. He's more explosive with his techniques. Let me know in the comments down below who you got winning this first fight. Moving on to the next, baby. Man, this next one, I am definitely looking forward to this one, bro. We got Jared Cananer, ranked number 9, versus Michael Venom Page, MVP, ranked number 15 in the 185 division. This is a crazy matchup. All right, ranked number 9, Jared Cananer, bro. I mean, look at this dude's physique. The dude used to fight at heavyweight. He fought at 205, and now this guy's fighting at 185. And I'm looking at this guy, and I'm like, why can I not look like this whenever I step out there and fight? I mean, look at the shoulders, the ripped abs. This dude has got 18 fights, 8 losses, got 11 wins by knockout, 2 wins by submission, and 7 first round finishes. This guy right here has got power in his hands. I mean, he's just a very powerful guy. Wrestlers have a hard time taking this guy down. People have a hard time defending this guy's takedown just because, like, how unbelievably strong this guy is. And I think it has to do with, like, you know, being a heavyweight and carrying around all that weight. There are some guys that I've trained with who used to be big dudes, and they've shrunk down, they've gotten in shape, and they just have a strength about them. And some of them tell me it's because they carried around this heavy weight for most of their life, and they're just naturally strong now. But Cananer, man, he's explosive. He's a great fighter. He uses his wrestling. He uses his striking. This is not a guy that I would want to stand there and bang it out with, let me tell you. Because if you get nicked anywhere in the head, even with your hands up, he's putting you on Wobble Street. All right. Now, he's facing off a guy that I think he has never faced before, not even in sparring. MVP is one of the hardest guys to prepare for. And I know this because pretty much everybody that I've faced has told me I've literally been the hardest guy to prepare for. And MVP's on another level. All right. He's a lot taller than me. He's longer. He's a lot lankier. He's explosive. The guy keeps a distance about him between him and his opponent that it's very hard to manage fighting this guy. Okay. And very, very difficult to hit because the guy's on his toes. He's so light-footed. He's so explosive. He can close the gap when he wants to, and he can evade strikes when he wants to with ease. I mean, you saw what he did to the Pirate his last fight. I mean, he completely picked the guy apart. His opponent had no idea what to do, and the dude was known to be a striker, and MVP just made him look silly at 185, going up a weight class. Now, Cananer is on another level, I think. I mean, with his power and stuff like that, but he does tend to slow down. MVP, he can keep the fight going for 3 rounds easy. If MVP can make this guy swing and miss, use up all that energy, I do believe in the third. Now he's got to survive the first 2. Cananer is very, very strong. He tends to fade a little bit, but I do believe MVP can use his speed, use his method of closing the gap. I think he can also put Cananer in a box and literally just have his way with him if he wanted to. But on the other hand, Cananer's no joke. He's fought some of the best guys in this division, and he's a very smart opponent. I do believe in order for Cananer to win this fight, he's gonna have to go the old GSP route. You've seen GSP do this to high-level strikers time and time again, where he will hem you up against the fence, especially a guy like MVP, who's notorious for moving backwards. If Cananer can use that to his advantage and cut the cage off, he can hem MVP up against the fence and lay on him. With a strong guy like Cananer and a heavy guy, like a very dense guy like Cananer, MVP is going to have a very hard time or use up a lot of energy to try to defend the takedown, to try to defend his strikes, to try to get off the cage, and that can fatigue a striker. It can tire them out. Guys try to do that to me over and over. I mean, look at my last fight. I mean, I wasn't tired, but that's what they try to do. So I think in order for Cananer Cananer to win, he's gonna have to hem MVP up, which is very dangerous, and lay on him. Make those arms and legs fill up with blood, and when you do decide to step off the cage, he will be significantly slower. MVP, on the other hand, he's got to keep the distance. He's got to work his angle changes. His side to side, his lateral movement's got to be on point, and his timing's got to be on point. I think that he's gonna have to use his timing, all right, make him swing and miss, counter off of it. Or, because he's so explosive too, wait for Cananer to try to close the gap, and you meet him in the middle with your strike. I think this is gonna be a good one. I really want my man MVP to win this fight. I think he's got the tools to do it. Cananer, I think he also has the tools to do it. This is literally a flip of a coin, but I'm leaning towards my man MVP. You know I gotta go for the karate guy. Let me know in the comments who you got, baby. I wanna know. Moving on to the next, baby, and this one is gonna be a banger. Stand up, bang it out type of a brawl. No wrestling. I don't think there's gonna be any wrestling. There might be some cage, like let me rest for a second type deal, or let me hem you up against the fence a little bit, but this is gonna be a battle of the left hand. You got number 11th ranked fighter in the UFC, Jeff Neal, against the number 12th welterweight fighter in Carlos Proz. Carlos Proz had his first loss in the UFC, his last fight against Ian Gary, and let me tell you, what a fight. My man Jeff Neal, on the other hand, he's had some wins. They've called this dude the dark horse in the welterweight division for the longest time. I mean, the guy is super tough. I think his last fight was October 26th in 2024 against RDA, and he got the win, man. He got the dub. And now he's fighting another tough cat, but he doesn't have to worry about the wrestling. My man Jeff Neal has 16 wins, 6 losses, 10 wins by knockout, 2 wins by sub, and 7 first round finishes. Now my man Jeff Neal, who I faced before, we went 5 rounds, dude. Main event, this is during like COVID. It was a brawl, man. It was a great fight. Ended up headbutting each other. You can still see the scar on that bad boy when we headbutted each other. But it was an awesome fight. I know this guy. I've studied this guy. Predominantly keeps his right side forward. Loves to throw his left hand. He's got a high kick. He has put people to sleep, and he will knock you out with it in a heartbeat. He plods forward. I think that's where hopefully he's made some changes. But the guy is notorious for just kind of plodding forward. He's got a good bounce to him. He's got a good bounce, but he keeps the same speed when he's trying to get you. He kind of like plods in or bounces in the same pace. There's no explosion. He'll kind of move in and throw his hands. He's got great boxing and great takedown defense. But like I said, I do believe these guys are going to keep the fight steady. I don't think there's going to be wrestling going on. Now, I think where his beauty is when he's in the pocket. He's got good overhand rights, good overhand lefts, and he's put some really tough guys to sleep. But his problem, and I've seen this before, he does fatigue. If he gets a guy that stays in his place, he does not do very well walking backwards. All right, both of these guys are very similar in the fact that they both do their best work when they're coming downhill, when they're walking forward. If he gets an opponent that makes him back up, that could be a game changer for sure, all right? But in order for my man Jeff Neal to win this fight, he's gonna have to use those leg kicks for days. He's gonna have to use that back leg high kick and keep the jab pumping and use that left hand precisely straight down the pipe. No overhands, just straight down the pipe. Now let's move on to my man Carlos Proz, number 12th ranked welterweight in the UFC, and this dude is tough. The guy's got great timing. I think he's got some of the best timing in the welterweight division, period. I mean, the dude's got 21 wins, 7 losses, 16 wins by knockout, 3 wins by submission, and 9 first round finishes. These guys also come from the same mold. Right side forward, left hand. But I do believe, I mean, obviously Carlos is going to be the taller opponent. Now Jeff Neal has his experience. He's got 11 fights, bro. I mean, he's beat Bilal Muhammad. He's defeated some really tough guys in this division. So he knows how to deal with these taller, lankier guys. But Carlos really uses that reach to his advantage. Both guys are very similar in the fact that they do very well walking downhill. They do not do well backing up. You know, you saw that during the Ian Gary fight. The thing that I like about Carlos is he loves the clinch as well. Doesn't mind being in the clinch. Loves to throw some heavy knees, and what he's also good at is walking his opponents down, using that reach, using those leg kicks to hem his partner up, his opponent up against the fence, and he uses that to his advantage. If you look back, most of his knockouts are where his opponent are in that oh crap zone, which is what we call the oh crap zone, where you're not all the way up against the fence, but it's right there. That means you can only move left and you can only move right or straight at your opponent, which can be very dangerous. You can't back up. up. And that's where his most beautiful work is done, is right there up against that fence. Dropping those left hands, using those knee strikes, but most of his knockouts are right there. Can he get Jeff Neal there? Jeff Neal's got some okay lateral movement. I think he's got better movement than Carlos Prates does, but Carlos has the range. Jeff Neal's gonna have to close that gap very fast. And it's tough against a guy who's got excellent timing. As soon as you explode him, boom, here comes that left hand. Or bang, here comes that left kick. Or boom, hitting you with a knee as you're coming in. Ah, oh, dude, I don't know, man. I know Carlos is trying to come back with the vengeance after losing his last fight, but Jeff Neal has got to win over RDA. So, you know what I mean? He keeps that momentum going. He can be working his way up still. The one thing that worries me about Jeff Neal is sometimes this guy shows up and just sometimes he doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Go back and watch some of like 5 of his last fights. Sometimes it looks like the guy is just unstoppable. And then sometimes he's just like, this is not the same Jeff Neal. Like, who is this guy? I mean, he's a great fighter, but it really depends on who shows up. Who shows up that night? Now, when I look at Carlos Prates, this guy shows up every night. Of course, he lost to Ian Gary, but Ian Gary is one of the best welterweights in the UFC right now. And it was a great fight. I thought it was a great fight. I mean, he ended up hurting Ian Gary in the later rounds, but Carlos always shows up. If Jeff doesn't show up this Saturday night, it's gonna be a rough night for him. But if he does show up, this is going to be an excellent fight, and this is what I'm looking forward to. I love these fights that you just don't know what's gonna happen. I get giddy watching, like, is this guy gonna do this? You know, is this guy gonna do that? And you start wondering about the smallest minute details. You know, what does this guy look like during the weigh-ins, right? Like, you're trying to see any weaknesses there. And this also goes in my head when I'm actually fighting, when I got an opponent. I'm trying to find the littlest things to give me an advantage or to make it look like I have an advantage. Oh, this dude doesn't look good on the scale. You know, it looked like he cut a little weight, so he's gonna be a little tired when he steps out there. Or, you know, if you go back and look at this guy's interview, he just doesn't look too confident stepping out there. And I love to look at this kind of stuff. Both these guys are very confident, but this is what excites me. Not knowing, the unknown about a fight. Let me know in the comments who you got winning this fight, baby. Moving on. All right, baby, we got co-main event of the evening. We got my man, ranked number 6 in the featherweight division, Loron Murphy versus my man, Aaron Pico. This dude's coming over from PFL, Bellator, where he was putting in work. He's got some wins, he's got some losses. We're gonna start off with my man, Loron Murphy. Let's get it, baby. My man, Loron Murphy, ranked number 6 in the division right now. His very first fight in the UFC was a draw. And then from then on, he goes on to have like an 8-fight win streak and beat some really tough guys in the process. I was at his fight with Edson Barbosa, main event. It was epic. And to be able to outstrike somebody like Edson Barbosa, it says something that you have great striking, good movement, good hands, good kicks, be able to put combinations together. This guy has beaten Dan Ige, and he also beat Josh Emmett his last fight. You know, the guy's an 8-fight win streak right here. The dude is mostly a boxer. He's notorious for getting taken down. Like, his takedown of this isn't that good, but he does threaten guillotines. So that's kind of like his defense against, well, he's got other defense against the takedowns, but if the guy's in on deep on his leg, he's looking for that guillotine all day. Now, I've seen him throw uppercuts. I've seen dudes run into his knees. The guy's got great timing and heavy hands. Amazing boxing my man Loron Murphy has. Moving on to my man Aaron Pico. Let's go. Now, my man Aaron Pico doesn't have any fights in the UFC. The dude's got 13 wins and 4 losses, but he was putting in work in PFL and Bellator. I don't know if you've seen this guy fight before, but this dude is not looking to win by a decision. No siree babo. He is looking to finish his opponents by knockout, by submission, vicious ground and pound this guy has. Got some of the best boxing that I've seen, and an amazing left check hook to the body and to the head that I've seen out of any featherweight. The dude's got amazing boxing. I think he's got one more tool in his arsenal that his opponent doesn't have, and that's wrestling. He doesn't mind taking the fight to the ground. He'll get to a secure position. He will look for submissions, but he's got some of the best, the most vicious ground and pound you have ever seen. The dude's got elbows, hammer fists. He puts people away. He's looking for the rear naked chokes. He's looking for those arm bar, but where he feels most comfortable is definitely a stand-up. If he's got you hurt, he is looking to finish. This guy's got great boxing. This fight right here is going to be a boxing match. You might as well make this like a 10-round fight, and I'm all for it. I would stay up till 3 a.m. watching these guys go and duke it out. These guys got MMA gloves on. So if you get touched, somebody's going out, and both of these guys have the power to do it. This is his first fight on the big show in the UFC, in front of everybody. UFC 319. Can Aaron Pico make this fight happen? Can he go out there and do it? Can he handle the pressure? My man Loron Murphy has been there. 8-fight win streak. First fight is his only, like, not a loss, but it was a draw. But he's won 8 times and fought some of the best strikers in the division. Does my man Loron has what it takes to beat Aaron Pico? All right, that's the thing. Is Bellator a PFL fighter gonna beat the UFC fighter? We'll see, baby. Let me know in the comments who you got. Moving on to the main event. All right, boys and girls, time for the main event of the evening, y'all. I'm looking forward to this one. I've heard, win or lose, this might be Khamzat Chimaev's last fight. I don't know, I'm just throwing it out there. Maybe I misread, but this is what I'm hearing, people. We got the champ, all right, Dricus du Plessis. We know this guy and how he fights. He's wild. He's crazy. He's got good wrestling. He's a big 185er. He gets the job done. He wins, man. That's what he does. He wins. He's got amazing grappling. He's got good wrestling. He's got wild and crazy striking, but somehow it works. And we all know how Khamzat Chimaev does. He's a straight up wrestler, all right? That's what he's looking to do. He's looking to close the gap, get his mitts around you, squeeze you to death, and tries to kill you while you're out there. He crushed everybody in the welterweight division. Well, I wouldn't say crushed everybody. I mean, that Gilbert Burns fight was something, bro. I was like, let's go. Gilbert Burns made him bleed, all right? Made him look mortal. But since he's been up in the middleweight division, he's doing great. I mean, you see what he did to Robert Whitaker, one of the best strikers out there. Got his hands on him. He's got a squeeze. This guy doesn't look strong, but I feel like he can squeeze you in half, right? Like Dricus du Plessis, he's got a big barrel chest, got big arms, got big quads, big legs. He just looks strong, but Khamzat Chimaev doesn't look it. But literally in every interview, and everybody that has trained with Khamzat Chimaev says the guy is like the Incredible Hulk. Like, he doesn't look it, but he is ridiculously strong. This is, I think, what everybody's thinking about this fight. Dricus du Plessis has been in deep water. He's been there before. And Khamzat Chimaev has a tendency to fatigue if he doesn't get the fight done early. Dricus du Plessis, he wants to get tired. He wants to push his opponent. He wants to break him spiritually, mentally, emotionally, to the point where he looks tired. I mean, I've seen this guy fight so many times where it's like, how is this guy still standing? Because he looks so fatigued, but yeah, he just pulls off the win. Now, I think this is going to be one of the strongest opponents that Khamzat Chimaev has faced in the champ. This guy's got crazy striking, is unorthodox. He's hard to figure out, which makes his striking, I think, kind of good, because you don't know what he's going to throw next. He's got good takedown defense and doesn't mind being on the ground. I think at one point, I'm pretty sure Dricus du Plessis said that he will let Khamzat Chimaev take his back just so he can feel his squeeze and get out and win the fight. Man, I'm looking forward to this fight, guys. I mean, I'm leaning towards the champ. Obviously, Khamzat Chimaev has just demolished everybody, but Dricus du Plessis, there's something about this guy. He just gets it done. He does it in the weirdest ways, like the most unorthodox ways, but he gets it done. And I think this is gonna be a good test for sure for both fighters to feel each other's strengths, to feel each other's weaknesses, to try to figure each other out. The person who's going to adapt the most will win. Because I think both of these guys have made significant changes in their fight camps. Now, of course, Khamzat Chimaev, sometimes you hear he's sick, sometimes, he's coming back, and he's sick again, and he's coming back. But I think it's gonna be a brawl. And I'm so glad this is going to be a 5 and around fight. And I'm glad that UFC changed that, because there just wasn't enough for main events to go 3 rounds. We just didn't see enough. But I'm leaning towards my man Dricus du Plessis. Let me know in the comments who you got down below. Do you got Chimaev or you got the champ? Guys, I want to say thank you for hanging out with me. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, click the button, throw some comments down below, and let's get some likes, baby. I love you. Peace.